It's your girl, J Bell.
On Albuquerque's #1 hit music station, 93.3 The Q.
Hey guys, it's J Bell here from 93.3 The Q. I'm on weekdays 2 to 6. I know it's been almost a year, but I got to remind people just in case you need to know. And with me, I have a special guest today. She's from NBC's American Ninja Warrior, and her last name is Bone. So the first thing that came to mind was bad to the bone. Bad. Because she has to be bad to get all the way to the finals. It is Katie Bone. She's 16 years old, and she's from right here in Bernalillo, New Mexico. See, I'm trying to learn how to pronounce these cities and stuff.
It's hard to spell it too.
Right, exactly, because I'm not from here. I'm from North Carolina. Okay, yeah. So I'm like, did I say it right?
Yeah. Right. Sorry to spell it anyway. It took me a long time.
Right. How are you doing? Good?
A crazy week and just year in general.
Right, because you guys have been filming for a while.
Yeah.
And now it's all done.
Mm-hmm. Last year in November, December is when I actually applied.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the call in January, and then qualifying as films in March. So it's been an insane year, but it's been amazing.
Wow. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask is, what made you even want to do this show?
I've been doing ninja for about 3 years now, and then I've been a competitive rock climber for about 8.
Wow.
And last year was the first year that they lowered the age for 15, and then I applied this last year and got on.
Nice. Okay. So you went and you applied. You got on. What is the audition process like?
It's a really long application process, and then you send in a 3-minute video, and then they'll put you on. And then qualifying, you have a day that's just full of interviews and hero shots and all of that, and then you have your competition day.
Wow. Okay. So do you have to actually do some of the obstacles that are on the show that they actually air to kind of get a test run of how it would be?
Your runs on the show is the first time that you've actually been on those obstacles.
No joke. So you don't even get to train for it before?
You don't know what the course is going to be until the day of.
Wow. So you basically have to figure out, how am I going to beat this while you're sitting there looking at it and figuring it out?
You get to watch other people, and then when they're doing rules, they'll put testers on it. But when your run is the first time you've actually been on the obstacles.
Wow. So what was the experience like being on such a big stage? I mean, because this show's been around for a while.
A lot of the people that I was competing with are athletes that I've looked up to for so long, so getting to compete alongside them
Wow.
and do this was so crazy.
Uh-huh.
But it's terrifying, walking in, and it's the first time. There's it's just a huge course, and I had no expectations for myself. So being able to perform and execute the way I did was amazing.
Wow. It has to be because you literally, I haven't got to watch the show yet, but from what the courses I see, for you to be 16, a rock climber since you were 8 years old, and to get to the finals, because those obstacles look very scary. You have to be, excuse my language, a badass. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't even ride a roller coaster without getting scared.
It's definitely Vegas. The obstacles are huge. It's so scary how high up they were. I was on them, and I was just okay, this is really big. So that was scary, but qualifying for me wasn't as scary. Being super focused and just in a competition mindset.
Right.
I forgot about the water.
Okay.
So that was cool to be in that place to compete in.
So give me a picture of where the obstacles are located, because obviously they're not in the city of Las Vegas. You guys have to be off the strip somewhere that nobody can see you or find you, because otherwise then you probably get a lot of distractions. So kind of lay it out for people that may not know exactly where it's at.
So there's the strip over here in the Luxor, and there's a dirt lot, and that's just where they had all the filming. So it's right next to the road and everything.
Okay.
It's super close to the hotel that we were staying at.
Wow.
But the first day that we got there, I saw the course, and it was so cool to see it. And then when it was dark out, to see it just all lit up was insane.
What?
It just felt so real, and hey, I'm actually here. Wanted to compete in Vegas for a while, so getting to be there was amazing.
Wow. So literally you could be riding down Las Vegas Boulevard, and you look across from the Luxor, and it's right there in front of you. Wow. I wouldn't believe they put it that close.
It's crazy.
Wow.
One of my friends, he asked for a room where he could see the course, so you could see the whole thing from his hotel room.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, so when you were doing these obstacles, you were in this process, what are some of the things you learned about yourself going through the show?
For me, before I even did filming, I had to know why I was there and why I was doing it, if I was actually going to do it. Because for me, it wasn't about being on TV. It was about what I could actually do with my story. So walking across the stage for me was a win because I knew that I could inspire a lot of people with type 1 and get to live out a dream of mine that's been there for so long. So before I had to remind myself and fully write down and understand why I was doing it and why I was there.
So when you say type 1, you're talking about type 1 diabetes. So you're doing this obstacle and you're dealing with type 1 diabetes, which is the more severe one, right? Correct.
It was definitely harder to compete. In Los Angeles, my blood sugar was low while I was competing, so that was definitely harder because I was dizzy and it was harder to see the obstacles and my depth perception was off.
Right.
But yeah, so that was really cool to all of the type 1s, like community that has reached out saying that I inspired them or their kids has been insane and something that I never could have imagined it would have been this big.
I never could have imagined anyone doing something like that. Like I said, bad to the bone. Not trying to sound corny, but I mean, people don't realize how severe diabetes can be. You have type 1 and type 2, which is something that I did not know until you just mentioned it. So, and I also relate because my father has type 2 diabetes. So that's why I'm asking, like, for you to go through that process and kind of do it. So was it a little bit easier once you got to Vegas to do it?
Vegas was better. So for qualifying, my blood sugar was fine. And then Vegas, it was filmed overnight. Vegas was filmed overnight, so having to manage my blood sugars overnight was a little bit harder, but I was able to kind of figure it out and manage it better.
Nice. Okay. Because you had a better idea of what you're going to be dealing with and what you saw in front of you. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so we talked about the scariest. Have we talked about the scariest thing about being a part of the show?
I don't think so.
Okay, so what was one of the scariest things in being a part of this show?
Vegas. We walked over to do rules and the obstacles were huge and I was just like terrified. I was like, okay, this is really high. For me, after qualifying, I definitely put more pressure on myself for LA, so that put me in not as great of a mindset. And I just had to kind of like let go of that pressure and the expectations that I put on myself so that I could still perform the way that I wanted to.
Ah, okay. So you had to think twice, because of course, like you said earlier, when you guys go in there, you've never seen the obstacle before. You kind of have to just go in there wide-eyed and just paying attention to what other people do, so you won't do the same thing. Okay. So now you're in the finals. The finals are coming up. What's the game plan, if you can share it?
There's 4 stages, and you have to clear each stage to move on to the next one.
Okay.
I think there's only been 4 females to ever clear stage 1, so that's a big goal of mine.
Okay.
In the beginning of the season, for me, it was sharing my story as best I could, and then also getting a buzzer, and then hopefully making it to Vegas.
Okay.
So I was able to do a lot of those things, which was amazing.
Nice. Now, are you one of the youngest contestants on the show this season?
There's a decent amount of 15-year-olds on the show this year.
Oh, man.
Definitely on the younger end. I'm the youngest female to make it to the back half in LA, so being able to do that was awesome as well.
Wow. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. All right, so let's have some fun then, because we talked about all the good stuff with the show. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. We're going to do a this or that celebrity edition. Are you ready?
Yeah.
First up, Shawn Mendes or Justin Bieber?
Shawn Mendes.
Ooh, really? And you said that without hesitation. Okay. Obviously, she's a fan. All right. Next one, Liam Payne or Harry Styles?
Harry Styles.
Okay. Harry Styles. Okay. A lot of women are into Harry Styles.
They're all listening to it like in Vegas.
Oh, okay. All right. Another one, Tom Holland or Jacob Elordi?
Tom Holland.
She has no hesitation. Zendaya, you might have competition over here. Okay. 100%. Okay, last one. Noah Schnapp or Cole Sprouse?
Cole Sprouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?
I don't know. I feel like Cole Sprouse is good.
Is it good? Good. Okay. All right. Okay, so then we're going to talk about your iPod a little bit. It's music and all. Top 5 songs you have to have in your playlist to get your day started.
Any Clinton Kane song. He has a song, Chicken Tendies, that's 100% my favorite song.
Wow. Yeah. So is he a country artist or pop artist?
More like acoustic and more like sad breakup songs, but it's really good.
For some reason, all teenagers like all the sad music. What is going on?
This music is amazing. For filming in Vegas, I was listening to the song Glorious by Macklemore and then a lot of NF. That was definitely what I was listening to in Vegas.
Okay. And Macklemore was just here not too long ago. Did you get to go to his show?
Oh,
You did not. He did an awesome job.
Oh, dang.
And then he crashed a wedding in Albuquerque at a hotel. And he showed that on right, exactly. I was like, where was I at when this happened? Could have been right there beside him. Okay, so when you're not in school, what are some of the things that you like to do?
So I've been trying to figure out some hobbies lately, like on my rest days.
Right.
Because if I'm like bored, I'll just go to the gym. Like I don't really have any hobbies right now, just because I've been like training so much this last year.
Okay.
So yeah, but sleeping. I'll just sleep.
That's a good hobby right there. I totally understand. Like when you're focused on something, sometimes hobbies got to go. Exactly. You training for a marathon here. You training for the big prize. You got to bring home the money.
I had a different interview and they're like, if you had nothing to do on a Saturday, what would you do? I was like, sleep. And they were like, okay, well if you had all the sleep you wanted, what would you do? I was like, I have no idea. Sleep. Sleep more.
So then break down for me, what is a day? Like, what is your day in the life? Like,
during the school year, I have training at like 7:30 or 8, and then I will have school all day, and then I will have either ninja or climbing practice in the afternoon.
Okay. So, I don't know if you want to do this, but if you could be an actual ninja, what are some of the moves that you would do?
See, I can't do a lot of that. Like, I don't know the last time I even did a backflip. I don't know if I could do one on the ground. I can't do like.
Well, you can't do one in Yeah, you can't do one in here. But maybe can you do a karate chop or like a?
I don't think it would look very good.
Take it.
Maybe if no one is watching.
Okay, we won't push you on camera with it then. Okay, I just had to ask though. Katie, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on getting to the finals, and hopefully you kick some butt. Cause Dad's in the room now, so I can't say the A word. Kick some butt, and well, kick some ass, Katie. I got permission. Kick some ass. Bring home the big prize. We're proud of here in New Mexico and Bernalillo. I said it right. I said it right. And hopefully when the prize is done, you come back to the J Bell Show, and we'll celebrate and have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Just share your socials with everybody so they can follow you.
My Instagram is _KatieBone_.
Katie Bone, bad to the bone. You should switch it to bad to the bone. That's a catch.
Family members want me to.
See, there you go. We all on the same page. Okay, we're gonna go take some pictures, guys. See you later. Bye.